Hello, hello everyone. Happy 2020. I hope everybody had a wonderful, safe evening. My old ass was asleep, but hey, it was a great full moon and it's been a great few days. So I figure we'll go ahead and do a reading. Yes, let's do a reading. I'm going to use some decks we haven't used in a while. Okay. So let's get a reading for what is to come, what information we need to know, anything going on that you might need to know in your life, anything that may be coming your way that you should be warned about, or anything coming your way that you just need to know. You know what I mean? So let's get started. All right. Let's get our first card down. Overall energy, thank you. Beautiful, we have the Empress. Okay, so let's talk about this Empress here. The Empress is all about her intuition. Her intuition is on point. And to me, this says that a lot of your intuition, you've done a lot of work with your intuition. Your intuition has really blossomed throughout this last year, through 2020. And that this is where your focus is right now, is trying to work more on following that inner voice, that inner knowing, that soul's desire and passion. She's very passionate. The Empress is a very passionate energy, and whether you're male or female, it's an energy, okay? So this is representing and affecting anyone and everyone out there watching this, okay? This is about your intuition. This is about being passionate about what you're doing and what you're following in life, right? So let's keep going. Immediately, we have Justice down, okay? So I do feel that there is a sort of instant karma that we are now experiencing, as far as when you cut all karmatic ties, which is what we did through the Great Conjunction. That was supposed to be our cutting moment, right? Something we had worked up to for thousands of years. And now that we're at this clear slate, this Justice card is coming in, basically saying, you get what you get. Like, if you're putting out negative, you're going to instantly get that negative back. If you're putting out positive into the world, then you're going to instantly get that back. Now, whether you're choosing to see that is the question. Are you choosing to see what's around you, the good that's coming in? That truly is key. Okay, cool. So we have Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Cups to me is really representing the opportunity to possibly co-create with another. So really look for that opportunity to expand your ideas, your passions, your learning, your opportunity to learn. There's a lot to do with creating with others, friendships, bonds, building new relationships that bring something into this world. You know what I'm saying? And we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which he is a very adventurous, outgoing energy, right? And he brings that abundance in, but he does so by going out and doing the footwork. He's really doing the footwork to bring that back into himself. Okay, so what this is saying is that you've got to make this effort. You've got the intuition, all right? Your intuition is on point, right? You understand the balance of, if you do wrong, you're going to get wrong. If you want to think negatively, that's what you're bringing in. You understand this justice of this, and you understand that there is justice, just not always in the way we have thought of justice, correct? It's kind of like spirit and life dish that justice out, in a sense, if you're not getting the lesson through your thick head, then they're going to keep pumping up the level of intensity to get that lesson through to you, right? And that adventurous outgoing ability you do have within you is something that Spirit is asking you to work on, so that you may reach out and you may work with others and co-create something absolutely beautiful for this world. Okay? We're going to go with some light seers. Anything else we need to be aware of? This card wants to come out. Okay, so we've got Page of Cups. Okay, Page of Cups is, he's got his head in the clouds, right? This is an energy coming through to say, don't be afraid to use your imagination. Don't be afraid to get creative. Don't be afraid of thinking so big that others might say, seriously, that's impossible. Because no, it's not. Nothing's impossible. If you put your mind to it and you really want to get it done, you'll find a way. Okay, it might not be the first way that we always assume, but if you want to fly, then you're going to build yourself a machine to make yourself fly. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to grow wings, right? But where there's a will, there's a way. And this is the Page of Cups saying, if you want it, if you desire it, if you crave it inside your soul, then there's a way to find it. There's a way to work through it and to get to it and to fulfill that. So watch for those opportunities. You know, try to be creative. Don't be scared to think outside of the box, because that's the kind of thinking that's needed right now. And it's all in timing. See, we've got a lot of fiery, adventurous kind of energy coming through here, right? This is really standing in your truth. We've got 3 of Wands, Temperance, 9 of Wands, Knight of Wands. So this is really about standing in your truth, understanding that divine, that the source and the divine spirit, that there's a plan, okay? And that timing doesn't come when we want it to come. It comes when it's meant to come. Therefore, things can unfold the way they're meant to unfold. Because if we push something just a little bit too early, a little bit too soon, then we might miss it entirely, right? If you're just a minute too late or a minute too early, that bus might not be there. See what I'm saying? So you might just miss it. So it's not about what timing we think it is. It's about divine timing. So if something isn't coming the way you want it to, then just keep having the faith, keep working towards it. It's about that timing, right? And keep looking towards the future. 3 of Wands is really looking towards the future, really setting your sights on something and going and getting it. 9 of Wands is really standing your ground, right? Standing your ground and not letting people throw you off of what you want, because there will be those challenges, there will be those naysayers that come along, and you know, try, even if they're not aware that they're doing it. Certain people who have yet to face their own self and their own truth, it makes them uncomfortable and uneasy to see other people that have done that and that are trying to better themselves or move forward or just honestly put love and compassion into the world. So don't let those people throw you off, okay? Better yet, have compassion and put a hand out and maybe offer that advice that, you know, it's okay to look inside yourself. It's okay to believe in yourself that they too can better themselves. They too can make something of their lives. So be that inspiration they need by standing your ground. This Knight of Wands coming in again. We've got this young, adventurous energy coming in, this fiery, passionate energy coming in, right? We've got some clarity with it. We've got the grounded that this is what it is, and we've got the more spiritual flowing side of it, right? This is spiritual growth, but in a very uplifted, light, flowy way, right? And this is an understanding. This is a very clear understanding that it's okay if you're not immediately seeing what you want in your future, in your reality, that it will come, that it's about that divine timing. Don't let that throw you off, that you aren't receiving what you want exactly when you want it. Do not let that throw you off. Keep that faith. It's coming. It's coming. All right, so for some of you lovers out there, what do we have? And this is really just about keeping that young, fresh energy, keeping, not being afraid to co-create, making sure you're keeping, really focus on those passion of yours. Don't be afraid to use your imagination. Think outside of the box and really stand in your truth. Stand in your ground, stand your ground. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So if you do have a partnership or relationship that you're in, don't be scared to work on it. Don't be scared to put that effort into it, right? Because, and if this is a work relationship, this could be a friendship, this could be any kind of relationship that you care about. Don't be afraid to give it a chance and work through it. This is one thing that has always bothered me, is that when people see an issue with something, they drop it and walk away from it, versus fixing it, really communicating and taking that time to, really put the work in to fix it, put the effort in to fix it. If there's something you truly love, then there's no amount of work that's too much, right? If you truly love something and that it's reciprocated, right? Now, there is a point of loving too much and it just completely sucking all your energy dry, right? You can try and try and try, but some things just simply are not meant to be fixed. They're meant to be a lesson. And it is about knowing the difference, okay? It's about knowing the difference. And we need, maybe we need to get into that. What is the difference between something that can be fixed and is worth fixing, and what is the difference between something that just simply cannot be fixed? Is it something that there's an even amount of give and take, right? Is this other person willing to do the same? And if so, then yes, put that effort in. If not, if it's one-sided, then it was a lesson learned, and it was a valuable lesson learned. Leave it at that. All right, where's my wild unknown? Anything else they need to be aware of in these next few months to come? Just keep your sights set on the future. That's what it's about. Four of Wands. This is a lot of spiritual practice, spiritual growth, a lot of learning, new things about our history, humans, the history of humans, the history of the stars, the history of the planets, the history of our Earth, right? This is a lot of spiritual growth. And I do consider the history of everything around us growth and spiritual. It's all very interconnected, and it's very easy to classify all of it as spirituality when you look at it from a grander picture, a bigger picture, and without judgment, right? There's a natural order. It's just like how, what is it called? The Fibonacci spiral. Excuse me, I know I'm not saying that correctly, but you can see it in every little thing in nature, down to pine cones, the way the petals unfold, right? So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to take in. And to me, it's all so very divine. So there will be a lot of spiritual growth. Whether your gift is to heal through touch, through vibration, through music, which is vibration. There's so many different ways to give back, whether it's speaking your truth, whether it's just simply talking to someone else and helping them through their journey. You are the first wave. So the more you learn about it, the more you know about it, the better. The more you're able to offer, the more you practice your own spirituality and growth, the more you're able to give to others, the more you're able to help others, right? So, I mean, the Four of Wands is really talking about just keeping your sights set on the future, which is kind of contradicting to what I wanted to talk about. I feel that, it goes hand in hand. I feel that these next few months will definitely be a period of saturation where we're really taking in everything we have learned. And there's just been an abundance and overflow of information in 2020, so much that it's gotten confusing. So I really feel like the next few months are going to be sifting through that and finding your own individual truth within it, finding what resonates for you within all that information, right? And then once March, April come around, that's when we really start getting back together and sharing that information and really growing, using that information, those tools that we've learned to really grow. So that's kind of what I feel. But keeping your sights still set on your future. Learning from our past can teach us so much about what we should and should not do in our future. It really can. So, I think it's a good thing to look over what has been, what has not been, the destruction, the beauty, all angles of it, so that moving forward, we make the right choices, both individually and collectively. So keep your sights set on the future. Keep that passion. Stand tall in your truth. You don't have to believe what anyone else believes, right? Back off the social media long enough to even figure out what you believe, right? At some point, we have to pull away so that we can let it all marinate, sink in, and then really find our own truth in it. So I always ask that, you try to take 2 days every other week at minimum, completely away from your phone, unless you're listening to music. Instrumental. Just instrumental, because at that point, if you're listening to lyrics, you're then still feeding your brain information, right? So keep it real clean for the brain. And that's what I see coming, and that's what Spirit is talking about, is keep that fire. There's a lot of fire and passion in this. There's a lot of spiritual growth for you that I see working with others. And I really see just this unfolding of figuring out where you want to go with things in the future. I do see that unfolding. And it's again about that timing. It's about that timing. In the meanwhile, don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to think outside of the box, because it's the outside of the box thinking we need right now, right? Did you know that in just 70 years, we went from in the 80 percentile to the 30 percentile, the 32% of what we have left on this planet that is still natural wilderness, meaning untouched land where there's not buildings and roads and power lines, farming fields that we've, sucked all the nutrients out of the soil. It's crucial that we wake up right now. It's crucial because our natural filters, what allows us to breathe such beautiful clean air, we're literally destroying at such an insane rate that if we don't wake up and do something, the footwork soon, like this year in 2021. Let's not sell air in bottles the way we sell water. Okay? That's my point. Is that we don't need to get to that point. And we really don't. We have natural resources that we need to protect. Okay? It may just be my mission in 2021. Who knows? But I mean, it's not fair to the planet that's given us so much life. And I think it's about time we all do something about it. Right? Not exactly sure, but every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. All right. I'll have a suggestion or two down in the comments. Don't want to get flagged. Censorship. All right. So much love, y'all. And enjoy this year. There's going to be a lot of spiritual growth, and it's going to be beautiful and amazing. And I mean, spiritual growth is something that lights up your soul, that really brings you back to life, that lifts the fog and gives you a reason again. It gives us a reason, right? To know that we're so much more. Gives us a reason. Let's make sure we find and keep those reasons close to our heart. Okay? So much love all. Get woke. Don't forget to thumbs up and share. Please. 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 Love you.